Scaramucci today is the first sign the president intends to give Kelly that authority. He'll need to run the West Wing. Right now are two experts, Matt Schlapp, chairman of the American Conservative Union, and Eugene Robinson, a columnist with the Washington Post and an MSNBC political analyst. The inside guy first, you. You know, I talked to somebody very prestigious in our country's history who said, I'd take the job of chief of staff if they get the two kids out of there. And that is going to be a challenge because I do meet the Romanovs. He goes home at night with his kids and other people he really trusts, his son-in-law and his daughter and his son. And he does trust them more than he does any hireling. Now, against that is the fact that the General Kelly, has apparently been wooed for this job, in the reporting today, since May, which tells me he's got leverage. He came in and said, if you really, really want me, Mr. President, I will serve my country in this new job if I get to have the job. Like Jim Baker had it with Reagan. I get the fire, I get the hire. Did he get that?
Kind of.
You think he got that?
Yes, I do.
He's the boss.
But Jim Baker, remember, was one of three. He was the chief of staff, but he had to deal with Mike Deaver, the longtime friend.
But nobody was afraid of Deaver or Meese. They were afraid of Baker.
Baker, the reason why he was successful is the man was damn competent. Yeah. And he did a good job, and he earned the president's trust. And that's the key. Too many of these people in the Trump White House think I have the title, therefore I've got the goods. And the president took him out for a test drive, and too many people in the West Wing have been found wanting. Gene, I think these changes are good.
You got to come to work very early to be the president chief of staff because you already done his worst damage by 6:30 in the morning. When he gets the New York Times, I hear, physical copy, maybe the Post, physical copy, he goes to war. And he goes to war impulsively, and it's already done. The day's news is over. He's tweeted.
Yeah, and what he does with that phone may undo what you spent the last week trying to build up to. I mean, so
like transgender people goodbye by sunup.
I know. Look, it appears today as if he's giving General Kelly the kind of authority maybe that he would need. But I'm looking at my watch to see how long this lasts. I'm of the school that Donald Trump, 70 old, used to working this way all his professional life, it's probably not going to change a lot. So I'm great. Let's hope America succeeds.
No.
Thank you. You're an honest man.
No, there was a big RNC.
Matt, you are an honest man. There are more firings to come. This purging's going to go on and on.
There was a big RNC faction that Reince Priebus brought in, and my guess is over time, General Kelly, and over a quick period of time, is going to see if they should be on the team or not. I mean, the fact is, I actually think the president, I think it's wrong from what, I think what you guys are saying is actually wrong. I think the president has looked at the last 6 months and realized they can do a lot better. Despite what he says in press conferences and everything else, I think he has higher expectations for his team, and I think he feels like his agenda is being held hostage by this investigation.
Did you go through the hit list I started the show with?
Yeah, I did.
That's a lot of firings.
It is.
It's a lot of firings. And by the way, I think that Senator Sessions may be moved over to, what do you think, Homeland Security, someplace where you can get somebody into justice who will do the dirty work for him, getting rid of Mueller?
Or Jeff Sessions gets to build the wall. I guess it's however you look at it. He might like that.
Well, there are just plenty of times.
See, you're with me on this, Matt. You realize this president's unstoppable when it comes to stopping this investigation.
No. Let me tell you. I'll go fast.
I think he wants
I'll go fast.
Yeah.
I actually think there were a lot of people brought into the White House, and the White House was set up in a way where it could not work functionally, and I actually think it's good that they're making
Well, who brought Sessions in?
I think the cabinet's been great.
No, but you think Sessions is good? He should stay there. The president shouldn't fire him.
Sessions should be in his cabinet, and I hope they can work this out and he can stay at DOJ.
Already, just in 6 months, we've been in multiple situations where a situation is approaching, and the president's thinking about doing something, and everybody tells him it's a bad idea, and he knows it's a bad idea, and he shouldn't do it, and he does it anyway.
Yeah.
Firing Comey, he does it anyway. So if you really think
let's talk about it. Let's have some fun. I don't want to have some fun with today's news because everybody's got a theory about what happened to the mooch, why he's vamoosed. Here's the story. The latest story, Gene, you start now. The latest women around the president, in other words, decent folk, Melania, of course, his daughter, said this guy's language is so vulgar, so awful, and it was really almost unprintable, except the New York Times managed to get it in print last week about Bannon and the rest of it. We all know this.
Yeah.
The news that was fit to print was different last week in the New York Times. That they said this is gross. It's grossing you out. Your place in history, Daddy, will be destroyed and tainted by this gross-out guy, Scaramucci, so that's why I get rid of him. Do you believe that?
That may be a factor. Here's another factor. Something I personally think was important. Right after Scaramucci came in, the Breitbart story that was basically headlined, "Well, Trump show's over. Now it's the Scaramucci show." I don't think the president liked that at all.
I don't
and
think he
I
likes
think that came out of the Bannon faction.
And actually, maybe it's the opposite of what you all are saying, which is General Kelly came in and he had a conversation with Scaramucci, and basically Scaramucci wasn't going to be able to be a one-man band, and he was able to get rid of it.
Last question, Matt Schlapp. I believe that Trump has decided that as long as Bob Mueller's there, which is the biggest story this year, no matter what else happens, not Scaramucci will be forgotten in a week. It's Trump's fear of Mueller because Mueller has proven already, like all great special prosecutors, and I don't mean this against Trump necessarily. I think he's smart to be scared. I don't think he's paranoid. They're really coming for him. Special prosecutors are armed with unlimited scope if they can follow any trail. If Ken Starr could travel from Whitewater, which was nothing, to Paula Jones, which was something, to what's her name in the White House? Lewinsky, which was really trouble for the president. This guy can go from here to the tax returns, over to business dealings in Russia. He can go to possible money laundering. He can go to everything with the Trump enterprise. And Trump doesn't want a guy doing that because that guy will be working harder than he is with better people. And he's got to stop this thing.
Yeah, I think you have.
He will be. This is an existential threat to Trump. I think.
I don't know.
Don't you agree?
I don't know if he has to stop it.
You think it's an existential threat? This investigation?
Any special counsel on a president is a threat.
Gene, any thought on this? I think history shows they do the job.
With you, I mean, I am on record as saying I think he's going to try to fire Mueller, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you. I'm with you on that. I don't see how he can stop. Thank you. An existential threat. A phrase overused, by the way, often.
It sounds like John McLaughlin. I don't know what's going on.
I know, it's way overused. But in this case, I think a threat to his existence as president.
What does Camus say about this?
He said, be nice. Actually, Camus. Anyway, thank you, Matt Schlapp, as always, an honest man. As